back to your budget sitting. So, Chairman of Appropriation, I hope you still have people coming to defend their budget today.
Yes, Mr. President, the budget defense by the Ministry and Department of Agents continue to better part of next week.
And you still have some after this?
Yes, we
are not going to waste time.
Thanks.
And distinguished colleagues, we proceed with our normal sittings. But I must congratulate the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for the landmark decision of the Court of Appeal delivered on Monday, which affirmed that your rules are corollaries from the Nigerian Constitution, and that the standing orders of the Senate must always be obeyed. Any community without law and order will live in anarchy. And so the suspension that you earlier handed over to one of your colleagues for very unruly behavior in the Senate was confirmed by the Senate, or by the Court of Appeal. So I would say judicially confirmed by the Court of Appeal. And the Court of Appeal went further to say that you have the powers to discipline any erring officer of government. So I said I should just mention that. Congratulations. And we also applaud the judiciary for their firmness. We look at the votes and proceedings of our last sitting. Page 1459, page 1450, page 1451, page 1452, page 1453, page 1454, page 1455, page 1456, page 1457, page 1458, page 1459, page 1450, page 1460 rather, page 1461, page 1462, page 1463, page 1464, page 1465, page 1466, page 1467, 1468, 1469, 1470, page 1471, page 1472, page 1473, page 1477, page 1478, page 1480, page 1481, 1482.
Point of order.
Yes. Point of order.
My name is Mohamed Tahir Monguno. I represent Borno North Senatorial District. Mr. President, distinguished senators, I wish to crave the indulgence of the President of the Senate.
Is it connected with any of the pages here?
Huh?
Is it connected with these votes and proceedings?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
With this vote and proceeding, and particularly this page.
Particularly?
This page.
Page?
1482.
1482.
Yes.
What is it by 1482?
Well, that is 1.82. I am craving for the indulgence of the Senate to invoke orders 1B and 52C of the Senate.
Read the orders. Read the orders, because some television studios came to me and pleaded with me that they would like to take the sitting live. That is of interest to many people. I said, go ahead. We don't make law inside a closet. We make laws for Nigerians.
Give me my order.
So be guided that you are live on different television studios right now. So read the order for them to know. Let them know that we are ruled by our rules and the constitution of the country.
Yes, Mr. President, distinguished senators, Order 1B.
Use your mic, please.
Yes, I'm using my mic. Order 1B.
Yes.
Order 1B.
Order 1B.
1B states, in all cases not provided for in this standing order or by sessional or other orders or practice of the Senate shall by resolution regulate its proceedings.
Distinguished colleagues, whatever he wants to bring up in respect of
1482
of the votes and proceedings is probably connected with Order 1B.
Yes.
Those in support that he be allowed to proceed with under Order 1B say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Well, yes, continue.
Then Order 52.6. Order 52.6 says
Order
it shall
52.6
be out of order to attempt to reconsider any specific question upon which the Senate has come to a conclusion during the current session, except upon a substantive motion for decision. Mr. President, distinguished senators,
come again.
Is saying it shall be out of order to attempt to reconsider any specific question upon which conclusion upon a substantive motion for decision. Mr. President, I am craving for the indulgence of the Senate for a rescission of our decision as regards clause 60, subsection 3 of the Electoral Act
Amendment.
recommendation that of the bill.
Electoral Act Amendment.
Yes, Electoral Act Amendment Bill.
Is that contained in 1482 of the votes and proceedings?
Page 1482 of our votes and proceedings.
So you want to rescind the decision we took last?
Yes, I want that decision to be rescinded.
Distinguished colleagues, is it those in support that he should proceed under this order? What order did you come under? 62. Under order 62. Senator Ningi, please.
Mr. President,
Adjournment.
my name is Senator Ningi, and I represent Bauchi Central.
Yes.
I rise to second the motion ably moved and canvassed by the Senate whip of this House that under Order 1B26 that the Senate should accordingly rescind its earlier decision on clause 60 sub 3 of the Electoral Act and repeal and previously passed. I recommit that is the motion. He moved. He did the motion.
Then you move the motion.
Sorry. Distinguished colleagues,
Mr. President.
Distinguished colleagues, first of all, the point of order is upheld.
Mr. President.
And secondly, we now give you the opportunity to proceed with your motion.
Yes, what I did earlier on is an explanation to the questions that you
I
posed.
have told you,
yes, thank
the
you,
Senate
sir.
has given you, you have the
motion,
floor.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, my name is Mohamed Tahir Monguno. I represent Borno North Senatorial District. My motion is motion for rescission on clause 60 subsection 3 of the Electoral Act 2022 repeal and enactment bill 2026. The motion reads thus. The Senate recalls that the Electoral Act repeal and enactment bill was passed by the Senate on Wednesday, 4 February 2026. Note that upon careful examination of the bill, fresh issues have emerged.
Senator Monguno, just a minute.
Yes.
Distinguished colleagues, will it be out of place for us to finish with the votes and proceedings, and then he can go ahead and change any part?
Why are you confusing
Senator, please sit down. Senator Yaya.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I am Yahya Abdullahi representing Kebbi. What he has raised now is a kind of a notification or a correction to what is there on the proceedings. So we just note that and then finish the consideration of both of proceedings, and after which we give him a chance to raise his motion.
Exactly. He's right.
Now, no, it's not correct. Because already he has invoked Order 1B. And it was put to vote and it was agreed. So he should continue. He's talking about if we are following a normal procedure. He's talking about if we are following a normal procedure. But he has invoked Order 1B to put that aside and then move on to deal with this matter. So he should deal with the matter.
Well guided. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will read again. The motion reads, the Senate recalls that the Electoral Act repeal and enactment bill was passed by the Senate on Wednesday, 4 February 2026. Notes that the bill, fresh issues have emerged in respect of clause 60 sub 3, which requires consideration in order to ensure the conduct of smooth, transparent, and credible elections in Nigeria. And relying on the provisions of orders 1B and 52.6 of the Senate Standing Orders 2023 as amended, accordingly resolves to rescind decision on clause 60 sub 3 of the Electoral Act repeal and enactment bill as previously passed and recommit clause 63 for reconsideration and passage. I so move. Mr. President, the reasoning behind this amendment,
Mr. President,
is that
point of order.
I've just given background information for the reason behind this amendment. The reasoning behind this amendment is I was the one who moved a motion for the retention of the existing act, and it was as a result of the controversy generated whether to use the word transfer or transmission. The controversy that it was generated, in order to clear that controversy, that this motion was brought in order to clear that controversy.
be sure. Now blind transmission will be pushed.
When I need blind transmission, I just use and get the power.
Let me see the TV. Jonah. Tell that to get the fish.
Mr. President, the Senate being an embodiment of the representative will of the people, will always act in consonance with the wishes and aspirations of the people, being an embodiment of the representative will of the people. Mr. President, this amendment that is sought is to bring our laws that we are making is to make it autochthonous, to make it a replica of the wishes and aspirations of the people. That is the reasoning behind this amendment. Thank you, sir.
He's saying that.
Mr. President,
sorry, let me guide the Senate. What I understood.
Point of order. Point of order.
What he proposed in the last sitting was the use of the word transfer, not transmit. And I think you came to me and asked me what was that? What is that? He said transfer instead of transmit. So he came to me and mentioned the fact that he would like to propose a motion to ensure that he changes that word. But I was asking the clerk that it looks like even the clerk did not reflect it in the votes.
Okay. Mr. President, so the amendment I'm proposing.
Go ahead with the.
Huh? That is the motion. That the presiding officer. The presiding officer shall electronically transmit the results from each polling unit to IREP portal, and such transmission shall be done after the prescribed Form EC8A has been signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned by the candidates or polling agents where available at the polling unit. Provided that if the electronic transmission of the result fails as a result of communication failure and it becomes impossible to transmit in Form EC8A, signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned by the candidates or polling agents where available at the polling unit, the Form EC8A shall, in such a case, be the primary source of correlation and declaration of results. That is the amendment sought to be made in this motion.
Thank you. Yes, Senator Abamoro. No, it's okay. Senator Abamoro. I'll repeat it. I'll repeat. If his voice, Senator Goje, if his voice is not loud enough, and so you didn't hear well, I have told Senator Abamoro to second the motion, and I will repeat the motion before I put it to vote. Senator Abamoro, please second the motion.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I want to say this is the beauty of democracy. Senator Mongono made a proposal in the last session, and today he has come with a substantive motion that he wants to amend, rescind the proposal that he made in the last plenary, which was taken. I therefore second the motion that he be allowed to.
What is the motion? What motion? What is the motion? Tell us. Oh, yes.
If you allow him, he will tell you.
Tell us.
And so I second the motion.
What motion? What motion?
That
what motion is it?
the motion to resolve into the committee of the whole.
Distinguished colleagues, this is the motion. This is the motion. It's very simple. If you disagree with him, move your counter motion. So if you agree with him, you agree with me when I put the votes. When I ask for the votes, when I ask for your consent, let me read the motion. His earlier motion which passed in our last sitting, he has sought to rescind that, that is in respect of section 60 subsection 3. And this is what he says: that the presiding officer shall electronically transmit the results from each polling unit to the IRF portal. And such transmission shall be done after the prescribed form EC8A has been signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned by the candidates or polling agents where available at the polling units, because sometimes you don't see any polling agent. Provided that if the electronic transmission of the result fails, if it fails as a result of communication failure, in other words, maybe network or otherwise, and it becomes impossible to transmit the result electronically in Form EC8A, signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned candidates or polling agents where available at the polling units, the Form EC8A shall in such a case be the primary source of collation and declaration of results. So distinguished colleagues, if anybody has a counter motion, you move it later. But in the meantime, those in support of the motion as enunciated by Senator Mongono and seconded by Senator Abamoro say aye. Aye. And those again say nay. Nay. The ayes have it. Yeah, point of order.
Mr. President, my name is Enyinaya Baribe, and I represent Abia South. My point of order is Order 72, Mr. President.
Order, please. My mic is not working. Order.
extra. I'm still standing on my point of order. Order, please. Order, please. DSP. All the extra he added was unnecessary. Should I just left it here? But we're on committee of the whole now. What are we? This thing is not working. Yeah.
Senator Bariga.
What do you want me to do?
Okay.
If we're going to committee of the whole,
Thank you.
let's
We
leave
shall.
it. Because we'll have to discuss that. No.
Page 1483. Page 1484. Page 1485. Page 1486.
Can you take your seat, please? Take your seat,
Order. Take your seats.
1487.
Professor Ani, take your seat. Senator Yunus, take your seat.
1489.
Senator Karimi, take your seat.
Page 1490.
Take your seats.
Point of
Take
order,
your
Mr.
seats.
President.
Page 1491.
Point of order, Mr. President.
Page 1492. Page 1493.
Point of order, Mr. President. Point of
Page
order.
1494.
Point of order, Mr. President. Point of order.
Page 1495.
Point of order, Mr. President. Point of order.
On what? On which page? Oh, sorry. Distinguished colleagues. Senator Kau.
Mr. President.
Senator Yaya.
My name is Naya Baribe Abiasa.
Sorry.
Order, please. Order. My order is order 72, Mr. President.
What does it say? Read.
No.
Any senator may challenge the opinion of the president or the chairman by claiming a division. Mr. President, I claim a division.
In respect of...
We need to vote individually now. On
Yes.
that motion.
SB, put it to vote. Put it to vote. Put it to vote.
Order, please. Order, please. Order, please.
We do that now. No.
Point of order. Point of order. I want to say my mind, Cohen.
Distinguished colleagues,
Point of order.
to ensure clarity, I want to put a vote.
Point of order, Mr.
To ensure
President.
clarity, I'm coming. Distinguished colleagues, in line with our rules.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Distinguished, please 1 minute. Senator Baribe, 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr.
1 minute,
President.
Senator Baribe. Don't rush. In line with our rules, Senator Baribe has proposed that we should go ahead and vote. So those, SARS. Abbas, Osho, Baba. Now, gentlemen, this is the beauty of democracy. Therefore, Senator Baribe has proposed that we should go ahead and vote. And for me, I think we should do so that everybody can answer his father's name. Baribe, are you still insisting we vote?
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to withdraw my motion.
Any seconder? Point of order. Okay. In the absence of any seconder, we'll go ahead and vote. Order, please. Okay, Senator Baribe. Unfortunately for you, the distinguished colleagues are saying there is no seconder, and that you can't withdraw.
It is not possible for them to say no. Mr. President, a point of order does not require a seconder. It doesn't require a seconder.
Okay. We have not finished. We have a point of order. We have not finished. We have a point of order we have not finished. We have not finished with the point of order. Okay, distinguished colleagues, has indicated that is point of order. So, Senator Lero, I think we should I want to plead with. Okay. Senator Ningi, the slip that we should go ahead and do division, which he has withdrawn now, is hereby upheld. Page 149. Point of order, Senator Goje. Yes.
Mr. President, Order 42. Can I read? Or go ahead?
Go ahead and read.
By the indulgence of the Senate and the leave of the President of the Senate, a senator may make a personal explanation, although there will be no question, but no counter may be brought forward, nor may debate arise upon the explanation. The terms of the proposed statement shall be submitted in detail to the President of the Senate when his leave to make it is sought.
Senator Goje, because you have not submitted your proposed statement that you want to make in line with what you read, you said the terms of the proposed submission shall be made available to the President of the Senate. I don't have the terms. Can we take it after we finish with our voice, please? Your point of order is not. Page 1495, page 1496, page 1497, page 1498, page 1499, page 1500, page 1501, page 1502, 1503, 1504, 1505, one 1510, 1511, 1512, 1513, 1514, 1515, 1516, 1517, 1518, 1519, 1520, 1521, 1522, 1523, 1524, 1525, 1526, 1527, 1528, 1529, 1530, 1531, 1532, 1533, 1534, 1535, 1536, 1537, 1538, 1539, 1540, 1541, 1542, 1543, 1544, 1545, 1546, 1547, 1548, 1549, 1550, 1551, 1552, 1553, 1554, 1555, 1556, 1557. Come, Senator Nengi. Senator Nengi, this one you are shaking hands. Are you moving over? Oh. Okay. Okay, so you report the noted. 1557, 1558, 1559, 60, 1561, 1563, 1565, 1566, 1567, 1568, 1569, and 170, 1572, 73, 1574, and 1575. Dismissed, Senator Plan.
The President of the Senate, our leader, my dear colleagues, I am Senator Dickett. I represent Plateau Central. I to move a motion that the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 4th February 2026 be adopted
as amended.
As amended, be adopted as our property. I so move.
Dismissed, Senator Dixon.
Mr. President and my dear colleagues, Henry Siraki Dixon, I rise that the votes and proceedings be adopted subject to amendments. I so second.
Order. Distinguished colleagues, those in support of the motion and move and seconded that the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, the 4th day of Senator Wadada, please let us just put the question, then you can now move around. Those in support that the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 4th day of February 2026 as amended be approved and adopted. Say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Senator Lalong, please approach the chair. And adopted. You will see the list of conference committees. The senators as conferees on the Electoral Bill Amendment 2026. The information we have is that our counterpart in the House of Representatives are 12 in number, while we have 9 here. So we just have to move our number to 12 so that we can have 12.
This thing is not audible.
Lagi dekat aku nak mic muka. Sah?
Please. Distinguished colleagues, Senator Abiru, just to say that I've noted your presence. Senator Wadada, have you started the movement yet? But let me just mention that after consultation with the leadership, we have moved the number from 9 to 12. So I quickly read out the number of the conference committee members from the Senate. And Senator Lalong Simon Bako is the chairman. Senator Mongunu Mohamed Tahe is a member. Senator Aliru Adamu Mohamed, my leader, is also a member. Dismissed Senator Ojus Okalu, my leader. Remember, you were a governor before me, so you are still a leader. And you are my in-law. You are my in-law. No. Okay, I'll come to that. Senator Abamuru is a member. Senator Asuku Ekpeyong is a member. Senator Abbas Aminu Aminu Abbas is a member. Senator Abiru Muka Adetukumbo is a member. Senator Adebomire Adeneye Ayodele, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, is a member. Senator Jibrin Isa Ochocho is a member. Dismissed Senator Banigo Ipalibo Hari is a member. Dismissed Senator Nweboy is a member. That makes it 12, so that we were together with our colleagues in the House of Representatives. The conference committee, when you meet, you know that this is a matter of urgency. I believe that if you're able to conclude within the next few days or 1 week, the president should be able to sign this amended electoral bill into an act of parliament within this month of February. So I wish you a worthy deliberation with your colleagues. Correspondence from the president. Distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, Senate President, Senate Chambers, National Assembly Complex. Distinguished Senate President, request for confirmation of appointment of Career Ambassador. In accordance with the provisions of Section 171, subsection 1, 2C, and 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I am pleased to present for confirmation by the Senate the appointment of Usman Issa Dakingeri Suleiman as Career Ambassador. Whilst I hope that the Senate will consider and confirm the nominee expeditiously, please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest consideration. Yours sincerely, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President, Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Committee on Foreign Affairs would take this up and report back to the Senate in 1 week. Distinguished colleagues, after consultation with my colleagues, particularly distinguished Senator Alero, I wish to add that this appointment is for a non-career ambassadorship position. So please look at it from that angle, because from the name, it seems to belong to the other club, the club of former governors. So that is not non-career.
Point of order.
Yeah. Now, after the... Yes, point of order, Senator Ningi.
Mr. President, personal explanation. Personal explanation. Mr. President, may I have your attention?
Please go ahead. You have the floor.
Mr. President, order 42.
Please proceed and read.
And the order is personal explanation. Mr. President, by the indulgence of the Senate and the leave of the Senate President of the Senate, a senator may make a personal explanation, although there will be no question before the Senate, but no controversial matter may be brought forward, nor any debate arise upon the explanation.
Distinguished colleague, Senator Ningi approached me, and what he said much special. So he said that he allowed personal explanation. Those in support say aye. Against say nay. Please.
Personal explanation, Mr. President, has to do with a news item on Friday. Mr. President, on Friday, the Minister of Works, Senator Umahi, informed Nigerians that the federal government has awarded a contract for dualization of roads from Akonga to Jos, from Jos to Bauchi, from Bauchi to Gombe. Mr. President, as a representative of the people, and on behalf of senators from Plateau, from Bauchi, from Gombe, and from Nasarawa, and from Adamawa, we wish emphatically to thank the President and Commander-in-Chief for providing this infrastructure road. This is a road we have waited for almost 4 decades. Mr. President, in the last 40 years, the Nigerian nation seems to have forgotten the people from the Plateau, from Bauchi, and from Gombe up to Adamawa. Mr. President, the people from Plateau, from Bauchi, from Adamawa, we want to remind Nigerians that the first Prime Minister of Nigeria comes from Bauchi. The head of state, the former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, comes from Plateau. At the material time they were leading this country, there were no bias. They were from Nigeria. Mr. President, this corridor is the only remaining corridor in this country that does not have dual carriageway. So I would like to thank the President, and I would like to thank Umahi, and I would like to thank the Senate, because there will be provision that the Senate will give in their funding. Finally, I would like the committees on works of the Senate, the Finance Committee of the Senate, in making sure that this dream has become a reality. We are very, 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 very grateful for this dual carriageway. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know the normal be any debate or point order 42. So I want to appreciate you on behalf of the president. But maybe distinguished Senator Goje, he had the same idea the other time. I'm sure you are also excited. You may just wish to add a word.
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand, anyway, I'm Mohammed Njuma Goje representing Gombe Central, Gombe State. Mr. President, I stand to really add something to what the last speaker has said. Because, Mr. President, if you recall, in this chamber, on 2 occasions, I rose to draw the attention of the federal government under Mr. President on the plight of the people of that zone. From Plateau, from Nasarawa, Plateau, Bauchi, Gombe, Adamawa, Taraba. And I made a series of calls. I even went to the private radio, like BBC, and talk about it, calling on Mr. President to do something about this road, particularly from Akonga to Bauchi to Gombe, if possible to Adamawa and Meduguri. So now that he has responded positively, at least from Akonga to Gombe, we have to praise him. We have to thank him for listening to the plight and to the complaints of our people. Mr. President has done very well and he needs to be commended. And I hope after this one, he will proceed from Gombe to Yola and from Gombe to Meduguri through Biu. So this can be phase 1, and we thank him very much. And this is how it should be. When people complain to a leader, and the leader listens to the complaint of the people, the leader responds positively. In this case, Mr. President has done well, and we thank him. May God bless him. Meanwhile, on behalf of all the states concerned, Nasarawa, Plateau, Bauchi, Gombe, we thank him very much. And in behalf of the people of Adamawa and Borno, we thank him in advance. We are calling on him, after the completion of this phase 1, he should complete the phase 2 by making it to Meduguri and Tiola. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Go there now, quickly.
Mr. President.
Just
because we have to pass those proceedings.
Yes.
Point of order, Mr. President.
Yes.
Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, I am Sadiq Suleiman Umar. I come order 51. I read. Matter of urgent public importance.
So,
the matter
Senator,
for discussion.
Sadiq, please go ahead and read your motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. This motion is about the attack and killing of innocent persons in Waro Community, Kama local government area of Kwara State. The Senate knows with profound shock and deep sorrow the gruesome killing of over 100 innocent persons in Waro Community in Kama local government area of Kwara State on the 3rd February 2026. Also knows that condolence visits by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Deputy Senate President, governors, and senators to condole with the government of Kwara State and the people of Kama local government. The Senate acknowledges that prompt humanitarian interventions on the direction of the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, by the National Emergency Management Agency, the Kwara State Emergency Management Agency, Red Cross, as well as the subsequent deployment of personnel of the Nigerian Armed Forces under Operation Savannah Shield and the Nigerian Police Force to the affected communities. The Senate is concerned that communities in remote and forest bordering areas remain vulnerable and require enhanced protection, early warning mechanisms, and rapid response to prevent loss of lives and humanitarian crisis. Accordingly, Senate resolves to 1, urge the federal government through the service chiefs and the Office of the National Security Advisor to intensify efforts towards the safe rescue and release of all women and children from Waro community. 2, call on the federal government to redesign and comprehensively clear the Kanji Forest Reserve of criminal elements and consider the strategic establishment of security formations where necessary. 3, encourage the conversion of designated and secure portion of the forest reserve into regulated agricultural zones with value chain economic activities to promote food security and lawful livelihoods. 4, urge the federal and state governments to provide comprehensive support, resources, and well-structured programs for displaced farmers and residents of Waro community in neighboring areas, aimed at restoring their livelihoods, rebuilding economic resilience, and enabling them to regain sustainable economic stability. 5, urge the federal government to urgently fund and complete the already awarded Wawa-Kayama and Kayama-Kishi road projects, noting that terrible state of these roads has made access to communities difficult and worsened the insecurity in the region. The Senate emphasizes that the completing these strategic routes will improve accessibility, enhance security operation, and promote economic and social development across the affected community. As so much, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Suleiman Umar Sadiq. Please, can we listen, please? Silence. This is a very important motion. A motion to address or to talk about the tragedy that occurred in the Kayama area of Kwara State, where several people were killed. So please, we need to listen, we need to be silent so that we can deal with this motion because of its importance. I call on my leader to second and then thereafter make his contribution, and then we call on later, and then Senator Ademalero will also have the floor.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the matter of attack and killing of innocent persons in Wuru community, Kayama local government area of Kwara State, is a sad one. Mr. President, the issue of insecurity, the issue of armed banditry and kidnapping and adoptions, and killings of innocent persons, Mr. President, have become a recurring dismal. Mr. President, I'm aware that the President of this country has been talking very tough on insecurity, and I want to believe that as the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, the President means well for Nigerians. But Mr. President, it's very concerning that in spite of the efforts and pronouncements from the federal government, killings have continued across the country, especially in Kwara State in recent times. Mr. President, I also want to call to mind the adoption of worshippers in St. John's Church, Ojiji, Minado local government area of my constituency. And Mr. President, the killing by armed herdsmen of 4 persons and several others injured and displaced in Olapoga, in Entekpa ward of Otukpo local government in recent times. And so, Mr. President, I still want to think that there is much more that we can do. Mr. President, I urge that the ad hoc committee of the Senate on security that is proposing a security summit must reawaken its activities and aggressively pursue the holding of that national summit. This, I think, is the only way that the Senate, as a legislative body, can come up with a legislative intervention that will shape the policy of government in terms of reviewing our security architecture and our approach to insecurity problems across the country. Otherwise, Mr. President, I think it is becoming very, very worrisome that every other day, every other week, we keep hearing about the killing of our people, about the burning down of the houses of our people and their displacement, and our people living in agony in various internally displaced camps. And so, Mr. President, I want to express my sympathy to the people of Woro in Kwara State, and of course to urge the federal government, as a matter of urgency, and government at all levels, to take the problem of insecurity very, very seriously. Because, Mr. President, we cannot be lamenting and lamenting every day on the killings of our people, the destruction of their property, without seeing any definable solution to the problem of insecurity in the country. Mr. President, I so submit.
The floor is here to Senator Adamu Aliyu. Then thereafter, the former President of the Senate will take the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Former leader,
My distinguished
Senator
colleagues.
Nigi will take the floor.
Mr. President, I rise to support this very important motion, ably moved by Senator Sadiq, the senator representing the very area where this gruesome murder took place. Mr. President, it is a known fact that the insurgents have been in Kayenji forest for over 3 years. They came all the way from Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and settled at Kayenji forest. And they have been training their personnel there. And from there, they operate and destabilize Kebbi State, Niger State, now Kwara State. From what I understand, they are even moving to Ocean State and even Oyo State. So, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, it is now time for us to flush out these insurgents. They are calling themselves Islamists, but there is nothing Islamic in what they are doing. Killing innocent people without any cause is un-Islamic, and it is not Islamic religion. So I therefore want to call on federal government to use all the available resources they have to flush out these bandits. We have the capacity, I believe, to deal with them. They have been there for the last 3 years. They have been operating and without any cause whatsoever. So let the Air Force, the Army, and the Forest Guard move en masse and flush these people out. This is the only way we can have peace in that area. Mr. President, this area is very, very fertile. Farmers from all over the Northwest and North Central do go there to produce food. And I'm afraid if we don't flush them out, it will seriously affect agricultural productivity in that area. And this will threaten our food security. I therefore want us to do all we can to ensure that we safeguard that forest. What the mover of the motion has not said is to observe 1 minute silence in honor of the departed soul. And I want to add that it's additional prayer. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Ahmed Long, former President of the Senate.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Distinguished colleagues, I'm Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan. I represent Yobe North Senatorial District. And Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I am Magayakin Kayama. So I have a traditional title from that community. Mr. President, first of all, it was unfortunate that we lost so many lives and many others had injuries. We failed to protect our people. But it was not a deliberate failure. Our system at this moment, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, requires that we enhance it. Let me commend Mr. President for immediately directing for taking a battalion to that area to secure the environment. But what that also means is some loopholes, some weak points were created by moving out those soldiers and our armed forces. And therefore we need to work with the executive arm of government to insist on recruiting more and more soldiers and security forces. Mr. President, I once visited Kiama from Ilorin by road. I think we have sinned against Kwara North because a road.
Chief Whip, can you please keep the chamber silent, Chief Whip? Senator Orwell, please.
A road that is only 60 kilometers, Mr. President, will take you about 4 hours. 60 kilometers. The time has come, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, to address this particular situation because it enhances the chances of these criminals to attack, since motorists or the deplorable situation of the roads will not allow for escape. Mr. President, finally, let me say the Islamic society or Islamic community also has a responsibility here. Those who preach what is not Islam need to be dealt with by the Muslim community. Because if we allow people who preach what is never in the books, then it means we'll continue to have this kind of situation. And therefore, I was particularly saying the Islamic community itself, not government, because not everybody in government understands what happens. But we do, those of us who have that faith. So we should work to ensure that people are protected from being unnecessarily indoctrinated. And those who cause mayhem have no place in Islam. We all know that if you kill one person unjustifiably, it's like you have killed the whole world. That's the judgment in Islam. How can you kill anyone, whether that person is a Muslim or is a non-Muslim? It's never justified. So we also need to do something to ensure that people preach what is right and what is acceptable in the books. Lastly, I want to send my condolences to the Emir of Kayama and, of course, all our people in Kayama. May the souls of those who are killed rest in Adjournment of Firdaus. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
I would have called you Senator Salu because you come from Kwara, but already I've yielded the floor to Senator Ningi. So after Senator Ningi, you speak.
Mr. President, my name is Senator Abdul Ningi, and I represent Bauchi Central of Bauchi State. Mr. President, my commiseration to my very good friend and brother, Senator Suleiman Umar Sadiq, and other senators whose constituents were killed. Mr. President, I beg to differ whether or not what we do on this floor was the last option, was the only thing we could do. Mr. President, I think as a Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we could do better. Mr. President, you recalled, we had visited this matter. You that presided, you are presiding today. I covered this matter more than 20 times. And we are not seeing visible results. Mr. President, it is also on record that between January to date, over 250 Nigerians were killed by these bandits. The question then arose to what is it that we are doing right and what is it that we are doing wrong? Why are we at every given time is lamentation and urging and calling on the federal government? I believe, Mr. President, with all sense of responsibility, it is our duty to raise germane questions to the executive, to the authority concerned. From the moment this matter started, as far back as 2014, how many recruitments were we made in our various security apparatus? How many military recruitments were we be able? How many police? How many DSS? How many NSGC have we recruited into the force? Believe me, sir, that if you want 1 million youth, by Friday you get them ready to be police, ready to be military, and ready to be DSS. We have not done that, not because this administration has not done that. It has become a recurring dismal, even from the PDP days, that we don't actually match our words with action. Mr. President, we cannot, in all honesty, begin to sit down when our constituents are getting killed and we do not call a spade a spade. Additionally to the recruitment, how many times have we interrogated the executives from the kind of arms they are purchasing? How many times have we taken cognizance of oversight to the military, their wherewithal, their capacity? How many times, Mr. President, have we paid attention to the welfare of these people? Just last week, one of my constituents was killed. In Borno, I had to use my money to transport the family that he left back home. And as of today, I am following up 3 people that were killed in my constituency for their pension and pension payment. Mr. President, there is no way with this kind of their family is stranded. It's a human that people. How are you encouraging? What protecting these people? We are not losing ordinary civilians, so they are losing in uniform. Police, fact that there are not many, yet we are losing them. Mr. Our conscience. Let's ask ourselves the home truth. Are we doing the need? Each country not doing the need. We have options, sir. With this constitution, approach the executive and the powers that be. I read this, our position. I was trying to go through, finally, sir, I was trying to go through motions, chair. And I said, even you have presided over 20. It was implementation, urging the parents to make a difference. Mr. President, I hope the leadership of the Senate, of the House, will sit down, take a holistic look at this, and find out whether or not we are doing the right thing. Thank you.
Rosario.
The Senate President, distinguished and sisters, gruesomely attacked and murdered in the Woru community of Kayama local government. Like I said here earlier about this continuous attack some months ago when it was in Kwara South, that injury to one is injury to all. In Kwara, we are fortunate to be interwoven when things like this happen. It's not isolated to just it's Kwara. It affects because any attack on humanity is an attack to every one of us. My contribution today is foremost demonstrate with the state, the local government, and the community in which this gruesome attack took place. I want to join other colleagues who have prayed for them and have asked for a 1-minute silence in honor of our departed souls. I hope that the federal government will further take more priorities in seeing that these gruesome attacks come to an end. We appreciate what the President and the security agencies are doing, but we will wish and pray they do more, because the loss of one life is the loss to every one of us. So I want to enjoy my brother, Senator Sadiq Umar, to extend our commiseration to the community. I will continue to pray for them that may Almighty Allah grant them Al-Jannah to Firdaus. Thank you.
Well, we'll close the debate, but I see Senator Dike Plan and Senator Wadada wanted to speak. So I'll give you 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, we have closed the debate.
Sir.
1 minute.
President of the Senate, my dear colleagues, I am Senator Dike Plan. I represent Plateau Central. I would like to show my appreciation to you for your considerate mind. I rise, sir, on behalf of myself and my constituents, to express my deep sympathy to our brothers in Kiama local government of Kwara State and the sponsor of this bill. The other aspect I would like to look at particularly is most of our forest places. We have similar attacks in my constituent in Kantana State Constituency and Garga. Those constituencies seem similar to what is in Kwara. They are bordered, they have a border with Gombe, particularly the forest reserve. I believe that it will be very timely for us, even the executive, to pay more attention on our forest guards. Our forest guards have become an avenue for these bad people to hide themselves. And therefore, I would wish to encourage that if the possibility of having forest guards will be implemented so that our forest guards will do the normal function of environmental or ecosystem conservation instead of clearing the forest and subsequently being protected. So if we will do that, it will be good, sir. Then lastly, sir, I also support the issue of unemployment. As various agencies will be coming to us, I think we encourage that we should be able to create more employments for our youths.
Thank you.
Apart from the other one, I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Senator Wadada, you also have 1 minute.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues. I remain Senator Ahmed Wadada Aliyu Sarkin Yakin Kefi Magajin Dangi Lafia, and I represent Nasarawa West Senatorial District. While I align myself in all ramifications to this motion and pray for the souls of the departed, I also will want to reiterate my earlier position on the insecurity situations in the country, which have got to do with not only the security operatives, but with ourselves as well. And this buttresses the issue of forest guards. As much as they are doing, and as much as we want them to do, we should know that these guys are proactive. They are not just a bunch of non-entities. What they are doing could be detrimental. Of course, they are detrimental to humanity, but they have their level of intelligence. Intelligence both in intellect and intelligence gathering. I had earlier on written, and I've been pursuing it, for us to have a naval base in Umuasha district of Toto local government. Because while you are operating to protect and take total control of the forest, they are using the waterways to transport themselves to wherever they plan to operate. When the Senate was screening the newly then appointed Chief of Naval Staff, I raised this, and he said there is a base in Makodi. Makodi is too far from Umuasha. Umuasha is very close to Lokoja. So if in between they can go on canoes, they can go on flying boats, from after Makodi, they have a free ride to Lokoja. And from Lokoja, they go on land to do whatever they want to do. So, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I am reiterating this position so that I get the backing of the Senate. And with this, I pray that this brings to end to these experiences of insecurity we have and losing lives each and every day, which is spiritually a bad omen to us. part of what we are experiencing today negatively that is or are not good to humanity is because of the spiritual unhappiness on us, because you cannot continuously be shedding human blood and expect good from God.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now we go to the prayers. Prayer 1. Urge the federal government through the service chiefs and the Office of National Security Advisor to intensify efforts toward the safe rescue and release of all abducted women and children from Woro community. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Call on the federal government to redesign and comprehensively clear the Kayenji Forest Reserve of criminal elements and consider the strategic establishment of security formations where necessary. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Encourage the conversion of designated and secure portions of the Forest Reserve into regulated agricultural zones with value chain economic activities to promote food security and lawful livelihoods. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Urge the federal and state governments to provide comprehensive support resources and well-structured programs for displaced farmers and residents of Woro community and neighboring areas, aimed at restoring their livelihoods, rebuilding economic resilience, and enabling them to regain sustainable economic stability. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Urge the federal government to urgently fund and complete the already awarded Wawa, Kayama, and Kayama Kishi Road projects, noting that the terrible state of these roads has made access to communities difficult and worsening insecurity in the region. The Senate emphasizes that completing these strategic routes will improve accessibility, enhance security operations, and promote economic and social development across the affected communities. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. That the Senate do observe 1 minute silence for the repose of the souls of the lost persons. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Can we now stand to observe the additional prayer?
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, my additional prayer is that the federal government and government at all levels should train and deploy special rapid forces to mitigate early warnings and prevent attack on vulnerable communities.
Any seconder? The Senate leader.
Okay. Mr. President, distinguished colleague, I so support.
Those in favor of the additional prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Can we now stand to observe 1 minute silence in honor of the deceased? May the souls of those that were killed tragic attack that took place in Woro community rest in perfect peace.
So, Mr. President, point of order, please. Mr. President, I stand to move a motion that all residual items in the order paper be suspended till another legislative day, based on the fact that many of us are going for committee meetings in prosecuting the budgetary session. I will further move that we reconvene here on 24th of this month, 11 o'clock. I so move, Mr. President.
Before you the seconds the motion, let me commend Senator Suleiman Umar Sadiq for bringing forward the motion that we've just dealt with. You've done the right thing as a representative of the people of Woro Kayama area of Kwara State by bringing forward this motion. The federal government sent a delegation led by Mr. Vice President to condole with your people. And we also, when we went, I also led another delegation by the President of our country, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to condole with the people of Ilorin for the death of the Chief Imam of Ilorin and that of Kayama. We also utilize that opportunity to further condole with your people on the demise of your constituents in that tragic attack. It's quite sad, but the federal government has directed, the president has directed that more should be done in terms of the military intervention that has been deployed to that area, so that those who did that heinous crime be brought to justice, and that such thing never occur again. The president is doing very well in dealing with the matter. It is sad, but we hope that it will never occur again, and we commend the president for taking the action he has taken so far to deal with the matter. And we thank you very much for bringing this forward this motion. You've done well, and that is what is expected of a good representative like you, which you have been in any way. You have been a very good representative who is up and doing in dealing with the matters affecting the people of your zone and in Kwara State and the country at large. Now, I call on the mighty leader to second the motion. Senator Odende, you have to be, you can see the chamber is empty. Senator Binos Dauda, you can see the chamber is empty because our senators have gone to attend budget hearing meetings. The leader is vehement in his quest to make sure that we allow senators to attend budget hearings. Otherwise, I would have taken your two motions that you brought. You brought a motion, you brought before you also brought, but you can see the mood of the Senate does not allow that. So you have to bear with us. Senator Dende, you brought your own motion. Next time we'll take it. Senator Binos will take it by the grace of God. So, seconder, minority leader.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I second the motion moved by the leader of the Senate that the Senate suspends all other items on our order paper for today in view of evolving committee works and adjourn and reconvene on the 24th of February